The Chicago Bears are on the verge of making a game-changing move, one that could redefine their offense for years to come. With the 10th overall pick in the draft, they have the opportunity to grab a weapon that could completely transform their attack. Could Tyler Warren, the dynamic tight end from Penn State, be the missing piece to elevate this team to new heights? The Bears are poised to make a bold move, and this pick could set the tone for their future. The Chicago Bears have really outplayed the rest of the NFL leading up to the draft. They've set themselves up perfectly with free agency, positioning themselves to take the best player available. It's a great spot to be in, and one name that's picking up serious momentum for the Bears at the 10th overall pick is Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. While offensive and defensive line picks have been a popular mock choice for Chicago at 10, head coach Ben Johnson threw a curveball today. He spoke about adding more weapons around second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. It looks like the Bears are giving serious thought to Warren. Johnson's comments at the NFL owners' meeting in Florida gave us a lot to work with. He talked about the type of player they're looking for, someone who embodies the definition of a football player. The Bears held a significant meeting with key decision-makers, including General Manager Ryan Poles, Assistant General Manager Ian Cunningham, and others, where they discussed the top 20 to 30 prospects in the draft. When it came time to talk about Tyler Warren, the biggest reaction came from defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. What was said about Warren was telling. According to Johnson, when Warren's name came up, Allen spoke up and mentioned how much of a headache it would be to face a player like him. Not only is Warren tough, but he's also versatile. He blocks, runs hard, and could even line up in the backfield or run wildcat plays. That kind of uniqueness really caught their attention. This is the kind of mentality Johnson wants for his offense, a player who brings toughness, blocks, and plays hard, a mindset that's critical to what they're building in Chicago. With 2 early second-round picks, the Bears are in a strong position to take the best player available and still address other needs down the road. As for Warren, his college stats speak for themselves. Last year, he totaled 104 receptions, 1,233 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was also a threat out of the backfield, rushing for 218 yards and 4 touchdowns on just 26 carries. What stands out, though, is his ability to break tackles. He forced 19 missed tackles, which ranks second among tight ends with 25-plus targets. Plus, he created 13 contested catches, ranking third among all tight ends. These numbers are impressive, especially considering the high level of competition he faced in the Big Ten. The fact that Warren is scheduled for a top 30 visit only underscores how serious the Bears are about him. This is a player they're paying close attention to, and that could mean he's a real option for them at number 10. Sam Leopold recently added some interesting insight that makes the possibility of the Bears drafting a tight end even more likely. In a conversation with Kay Adams, Leopold spoke about his former offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson. Leopold shared his excitement about Johnson's new role, acknowledging how their relationship has shifted from being close colleagues to now friend-enemies, with both teams on opposing sides this fall. Leopold expressed respect for Johnson, noting that he was one of the key reasons the Lions brought him in. Still, the competitive nature of the NFL means that Sunday afternoons will now be filled with mixed emotions for them both. It's clear there's mutual respect, but also the reality that they'll be facing off as opponents. This conversation sheds light on Johnson's influence in the Lions organization and hints at the sway he will have in the upcoming draft. He's been a big part of personnel decisions in Detroit, and his endorsement of players, like Leopold, speaks to his vision for the future. Johnson's strategy has always involved featuring the tight end in his offense, and it's possible that his approach will carry over to the Bears, where they're building their offense from the studs out, as he said before. The Bears are in a position to take the best player available at number 10, thanks to their savvy moves in free agency. With a strong roster foundation, any position is on the table. Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State, is a serious option here. Some pundits have him as a top 5 prospect in this draft class, and it looks like the Bears are among the teams showing interest. What's particularly intriguing is that Warren didn't work out at his pro day. Instead, he's opting for private workouts with select teams, specifically those picking between picks 7 and 14. The Jets, Bears, and Colts are all in the mix, with Warren clearly expecting to go early. The Saints and both LA teams have also been mentioned as potential suitors, but it seems like the Colts, who have a significant need at tight end, may be the cutoff point. If Warren is available when they pick, it's hard to imagine them passing on him. It's clear that the Bears are making moves that suggest they could be targeting Warren. The way things are shaping up, he could very well end up being their pick at number 10. There's a lot of speculation about whether Tyler Warren could be the eventual replacement for KT, or if the Bears would run both players in tandem. It's still up in the air, but there's potential for Ben Johnson to go old school at tight end. With the increasing importance of defense and the running game in today's NFL, Johnson might look to blend traditional power football with modern tactics. It's not a far stretch when you think of players like Gronk and Hernandez, or Vernon Davis and Delaney Walker, all players who thrived in offenses that featured tight ends heavily. Johnson is a student of the game, and with the league shifting back to value running backs, he might also bring the tight end back into the spotlight. If Warren does join the Bears, he'd be part of an offense with huge potential. Imagine pairing Warren with KT, DJ, and O'Dune. Throw in a dynamic running game, potentially with a draft pick from this deep running back class, and you've got a well-rounded attack. The Bears have 2 second-round picks to work with, so they can focus on the trenches and still add a running back later in the draft. There are a lot of possibilities here. Looking at Warren's performance last year, it's clear why he's so intriguing. He had a standout 2024 season with 104 receptions, 1,233 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's a tough blocker and a legitimate threat in the running game. For Ben Johnson's offense, Warren could be a huge weapon, much like Sam Leopold was for him in Detroit. The Bears are already building offensive stability, with players like KT stepping up, and Warren would be another key piece in that puzzle. Of course, there are plenty of options for the Bears at number 10 overall. You've got top guys like Graham, Will Campbell, or even a running back. Ashton Jeudy might be a pipe dream, as it looks like he could land with the LA or Vegas Raiders. But if it comes down to Tyler Warren, the Bears would be in a great spot. Let me know your thoughts. Should the Bears take Warren at 10, or is there someone else you'd prefer? There's so much to explore here, and I'll be back with more tomorrow. Bear down.